he doesn't know how it's going to end up.
I'm thankful for the opportunity again to be leading these guys, to be to have played the way I want to play, to be called upon for a greater leadership role. Those things are really, really important to me. But all that other stuff, Rob, is stuff that I'm just not going to focus on. Because it is a beautiful mystery. What happens down the line?
I don't think it's a beautiful mystery. I said this 3 days ago. Aaron Rodgers, of every star quarterback in the league, has the cleanest and clearest path to multiple Super Bowls over the next decade. Many of you would say Patrick Mahomes, but the AFC is loaded with great young quarterbacks, and almost all of them, outside of like a Justin Herbert, appear to have a winning, proven veteran head coach or a good head coach. What about Mahomes? Well, what about Josh Allen? They have to face each other for the next 12 years. Let's just go to Aaron Rodgers' path. So let's start in division. That's why Tom Brady won those Super Bowls, right? He dominated his division, got a bye in a home game. In division, Minnesota is trapped with Kirk Cousins' contract. Detroit is currently, quote, evaluating Matt Stafford's contract. And the Bears and Trubisky, just stop. Let's look at his peers' equal talent, like guys in his class in the NFC, because that gets you to Super Bowls. There's two. Russell Wilson, Seattle just hired a new offensive coordinator, and to say that Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson have an enigmatic relationship is kind, and they have a bad O-line. And then there's Tom Brady. Love him, but he's 43. All right. So let's go to the young guns, the young, talented quarterbacks GMs have drafted in the NFC. Jared Goff, his coach essentially benched him this year. Mitch Trubisky, stop it. Kyler Murray, yet to have a winning season. I'm not sure he's got an NFL head coach. Jimmy Garoppolo, according to an NFL reporter, a seasoned NFL reporter a couple of weeks ago, I think it was Chris Mortensen. If I'm wrong, I apologize. The Niners are looking to upgrade. And Dak Prescott, I don't know his future. And by the way, after watching Aaron Rodgers this year, your thoughts on Mike McCarthy, kind of like mine? Not Mahomes, not Josh Allen, not Aaron Rodgers' future is not that big of a mystery. He has got one similar-aged peer that has at least resembles his level of talent in the entire conference. It's not the young guns. Brady is old. It's not his division. It's Russell Wilson, who has a defensive, older head coach, a new coordinator, at best, outside of left tackle, a shaky offensive line, and a relationship with his head coach, which at times feels strained or weird. I think Aaron's future is not a mystery at all. He's going to get to the Super Bowl after this weekend. Not sure if he'll win it. And I think he gets to several. Remember, easier the path for great players, the more Super Bowls you get to. Brady's talent and coaching, no, it was By's home field advantage in cold Foxborough was the biggest part of getting to those things. I mean, Brady was a field goal from losing every single Super Bowl he won, except the Rams game. So I think Aaron Rodgers' future is not a mystery at all. It's clean, it's clear. Stay healthy. He's in a bunch. Kyrie Irving returned for the Nets last night. Greg Cosell, top of next hour. And Tom Rinaldi stops by as well today on a Thursday. Ever wonder how far an extra mile really goes? Well, drive a Mercedes-Benz van and find out. They've got all sorts of options here. The Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van, durable. The versatile Mercedes-Benz Metris van. You could actually win the Mercedes-Benz. You could win it. Their Sprinter van. Go to foxsportsradio.com. They've got a contest right now. Enter January 24th, the deadline. Get the official rules, foxsportsradio.com. They're having the Fox Sports Radio Ultimate Tailgate Rig Sweepstakes. Just enter by January 24th. These are amazing. 6 swivel chairs, music, light, show, wood pellet grills, multiple, TVs, multiple, even one connected to the outside, an awning if it's a little too hot for your tailgate or it drizzles. These are beautiful vans. Have your very own. Mercedes-Benz bands. Some equipment described as optional. Here we go on a Thursday, lively as ever in Los Angeles. This is The Herd. Wherever you may be and however you may be listening, we're on Fox Sports Radio, iHeartRadio, and FS1 1 hour from now. Doesn't get any better than Greg Cosell. If you bet football, play fantasy football, or just love to get smarter, 4 decades at NFL Films, Greg Cosell is joining us, and 16-time Emmy winner Tom Rinaldi's on the show today. Known Tom for a long, long time. Great guy. Joy Taylor's joining me. Yeah, Tom.
Really fast, right?
What's that?
This week went really fast.
It really did. Tom Rinaldi called me a month before he was coming to Fox, and he asked me a question, and we talked for about 15 minutes. I've known Tom for a long time, and I got off the phone, and I was like, I wonder why he called me for that question. And then he signed with Fox.
Oh.
When friends call, and I hadn't heard from Tom in a long time, and I'm like, that's great to hear from you. And he asked me a question, and we prattled on for 15 minutes, and I want to know, Tommy became a teammate. And by the way, he's already done his first story, and he was
amazing.
Yeah, like, just get your tissues out for an hour and a half from now.
So do you get like a finder's fee, a recruiting fee?
That's exactly. Thank you, Joy Taylor. I was thinking about this. Yesterday, I had to drive around and do a bunch of stuff, so I was listening to all sorts of sports talk radio and, just everybody chopping it up. I was thinking, a lot of people talking about Deshaun Watson. And, in fact, Richard Sherman, great, be a Hall of Fame player, right? He's talking about Deshaun Watson. Everybody's like, you should get out of there, and you should go to the Jets with their new coach, Robert Saleh. Here was Richard Sherman on a Chris Collinsworth podcast.
It would be the most beautiful. Decent offensive line. They'd have to find threats. They'd have to find some offensive weapons. But I think there would be a lot more people excited to be there. I think the free agency market this year is going to be oversaturated because of the salary cap. But that's what I would do. I would be out of there on the first thing smoking.
Okay, I know the teams. It would work with the teams. The Jets have a lot of draft picks, and the Texans need draft picks. And the Jets have a lot of cap space, and the Texans don't have any. I can make an argument for the teams. Has anybody asked Deshaun Watson? Since Deshaun Watson entered the NFL, not only have the Jets failed to make the playoffs, they have the worst record in the league. Worse than Detroit. That's what Deshaun Watson sees. In fact, in the last decade, the Houston Texans have made the playoffs 7 winning seasons and 6 division titles. That's the last decade. The Jets have 1 winning season. That's what nobody's asking Deshaun Watson about this. And remember, because he's a star quarterback, he has a no trade clause. He doesn't want to go to the Jets, does he? If I ask you, who are the 5 most dysfunctional teams in the NFL today? You know what you'd find? Most of them were dysfunctional 15 years ago. Why? Because they've had the same owner. Unless you get rid of the owner, you don't get rid of the dysfunction. That's why Cleveland for years and years, they changed a lot of stuff. They had to go through so many coaches and quarterbacks. They finally appear to have the right coach because they had the same owner. So if I'm the agent of Deshaun Watson, no. I'm not letting him go to the Jets. Go look at the Jets roster. Where is it better than the Texans? I found one position, punter. And if you are playing for the Jets and you're a punter, you get a lot of work. But offensive line, Texans actually, they have a star left tackle. Jets don't have a star anywhere in the O-line. Receivers, Texans. Will Fuller, Brandon Cooks, that's way better than anything the Jets have. Jamison Crowder's a slot guy. Doesn't run particularly well. Running back, Texans. Tight end,